I'm going to show you the layout of our tiny house. This is what we have envisioned at the moment. Things can change, so it'll be exciting to see at the end if it ends up looking like this.
Good morning, Modern Steaders.
Good morning.
Good morning, Moose. Mr. Rooster, what are you doing down here? It's not your flock. You tell him, Moose. You tell him. Good morning, boys. Mr. Camo. Your beard's looking a little yellow. Have you been peeing all over yourself, getting yourself covered in your cologne for the ladies? Huh? You trying to get ready for this fall? Good morning, pigs. We're switching gears today. We're going to be forming up the slab for our tiny house. We want to get this formed up and laid out so we can figure out our plumbing. We're going to be doing plumbing that's in the ground. So all the plumbing that's in the ground is there. Once we put it in there and the concrete is poured, there's no moving it. So if we mess it up, we're in big trouble. So we want to make sure we have that perfect before we pour our concrete. So we're going to be working on the forms today. And then once we get all the plumbing inside plumbed up, then we can set our septic tank, get the tank in, and then plug it up or hook it up to our leach field. And I was just figuring it out today. Our leach field square foot size is almost as big as the square foot size as the slab for the tiny house. That's just crazy. It's a big leach field. I bought pressure treated 2x8s to form up our slab because it was cheaper. It's $10 a board cheaper to go pressure treated versus kiln dried right now. It's just crazy that the lumber prices are still all whacked. I don't know why, but pressure treated lumber always loves to run long. This is a 16 footer, but we're at, instead of 192 inches, we're at 193 3/8, and that one was 193 1/4. So I'm cutting them to 16 feet, and then that way when we scab on the rest of the footage we're gonna need, they're both the same. So we're gonna be doing a 6-inch floating slab here. The perimeter is gonna be deeper with concrete, and then the center will be 6 inches. I'll dig down into our base here to get us deeper on the edges. I'm going with 2x8s because we're gonna be putting 2 inches of foam underneath or at the bottom of this, then the 6 inches of concrete's gonna be on top of that, and that'll keep the slab warmer. This is one of the things that can drive you bonkers with pressure treated wood. So I don't know why, but pressure treated always comes different widths. They're all from the same batch. This one's 7 1/4 inches wide, and this one is 7 1/2. So we're just gonna make sure to keep that on the bottom. But if you're doing floor joists and stuff and you need a level decking and you're setting your bottoms the same in hangers, that's a huge pain in the butt. All right, I want to measure in 1 foot and make a mark. Yeah, that's good right there.
Oh, this one's heavier.
Wow. Go in front of the stake, slide it past. Yep. That's about where you're gonna be. On the outside edge here. Down there I have it marked. The longer one should have it.
Ready?
Yep.
Whoa! Oh, geez.
And then I gotta
Come to you?
there, yep. Alright. Now we need to square up the forms and make sure everything is where we want it to be before we pin the corners. 45, right on the money. $44 feet 10 inches. So I gotta move this over an inch. So hold on. Hold yours. That moved a lot easier than I thought it would. You good right there?
You keep pulling so tight, I can't keep it.
Well, I have to pull it tight.
Well, I'm trying to keep it here. Now, okay.
44 feet 11. So I'll go back to that one. Let me know when you got a good grip.
I think so.
Yeah, 44 11. 24 feet. There. Okay, so you stay there. I'm gonna go to this front one. 38 feet and a quarter. Okay, go to the back. Okay, now come over here. Alright, so we ran a string so we can make sure our board is nice and straight, and then we're going to pin it and screw it. Pretty straight other than that one bow. Now we get to do the fun part and start planning the layout.
It's the part I've been waiting for.
Now we need to lay out the bathroom. Gina's been planning and figuring out the bathroom layout. So it's going to be 12 by 10 this way. So let's do this. Hold me on this inside.
Inside?
Inside.
Yeah.
That's going to be the outside.
Yeah.
We want to go 10. I'm going to mark 12. So that's your middle.
so tiny.
Oh, that's there.
In the middle or to the last?
It don't matter.
Pretty compact.
From this mark,
So that's going to be the vanity.
Hopefully on this mark. Alright, so then I need to be 12 inches center. So if we go 2 feet for our drain, 21. At 21 feet.
So it's
This. Good, I'm not worried about that stuff. It's going to be 4 foot, and that's the center of your wall. 4.
So I'm going to show you the layout of our tiny house. This is what we have envisioned at the moment. Things can change, so it'll be exciting to see at the end if it ends up looking like this. So you would come through the front door here, and then when you come in, there's going to be a door here, which will be our powerhouse. We'll hold everything for our solar power, our batteries, and we plan to put our 2 big chest freezers on the sides, maybe some room for coats here. And I do have one more freezer, but that's not going to fit in this room. So we will have to figure that out. Then you come down the hallway, and this will be our bathroom. There will be a sink and a toilet, and we are going to make a custom shower here. And then we will have a closet that will have our well pump and our water tank. And then we'll have a washer and dryer here. And this will be the stairway to go upstairs, which will have our bedrooms. Then you'll enter in here, and we will have a sink, countertop here with our stove and refrigerator here. And then here will be a doorway to a pantry. We'll have a pretty good sized pantry here. And then we'll have whatever room that's underneath the stairs, so that's awesome. So pantry, storage, because we'll need all of that. And then we can have our kitchen table and a small sitting area also down here. So that's very exciting. Then we'll have a garage door, I believe 9x7 garage door here, and we'll have to still figure out windows.
The pink spray paint right here, this is our floor drain for inside of our kitchen area. Later on, this is going to become our outdoor kitchen. The pink line's in here. We're going to be running the plumbing in the floor. We have our plumbing right here for our kitchen sink. It's going to run over here. We're going to have one right here for the vanity. We're going to have our pooper right there. It's going to be the drain for our custom built shower, which we'll be doing that. We're going to be making our own custom built shower here, so that way it can fit the little tiny space that we have. Then we're going to have a drain line going over here for our washer machine. I got to dig a hole right here, and that one's got to be 4 feet deep, unfortunately, because that's where our well water is going to come in. The main drain out is going to go right here, and on the other side of our trailer is going to be our septic tank. So we are looking good, guys. We're gonna be able to start the plumbing process next. We're in here, get all the plumbing done, have this all figured out, and then we can do the septic tank.
We're having sloppy joes tonight, but not on homemade buns. But I have made homemade buns before, and they are super simple. Just take a little bit of time, but it's super warm out, and we're trying to keep the house cooled off so we can get good sleep at night. Because when it gets too hot, it's hard to sleep. Garlic is also from the garden. My garlic, I'm just doing 1 clove. A little bit of salt and pepper in there. I'm just gonna get this cooked up. And instead of using like a diced tomato, I have a bunch of tomatoes ready in the garden. So I picked a bunch that are ready. I'm going to freeze some for when I have time later on to make tomato sauce. But I'm going to cut up a few and put them in this mixture. Trying to decide if I should use a little bit more or not. And then I have about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and a teaspoon of maple syrup. Every last drop. All right, I'm just gonna mix it up, and then I'm going to just let it simmer here. Hopefully it's thick enough like I want it. If not, I'll have to do some doctoring. Also, let it sit here for about 5 minutes. Give it a little taste test because I want to make sure it's not too bland because I don't have a lot of extra spices in here. It tastes good, but it needs some flavor. So I did put crushed garlic in there and only 1, but I am just gonna go ahead and add some garlic and onion powder, just a little bit. And a little bit of chili powder. And I am gonna have to thicken this up a little bit. A little bit. All right, I'm going to do cornstarch water mixture. Hopefully I don't regret this.
Dear Lord, thank you for a wonderful day. Amen.
It didn't take more than a second for you to turn the whole world upside down. Turn this big boat back around.
The sloppy joes were delicious. Never had homemade sloppy joes like that before, and I'll tell you what, the lunch lady has nothing on those sloppy joes. It feels good to have the tiny house formed up and then the layout looking like it is. It's nice just to be able to put the lines down, visualize it, walk through and be like, all right, this is the powerhouse room, this is the bathroom, this is the hallway, and this is the kitchen area / living room in the upstairs. Well, we really can't lay that out yet, but it's coming together. The upstairs is just going to be, well, I don't want to give it away. We'll have to wait till that part comes. But we're going to have a smaller upstairs. The downstairs looking nice. If there's anything you think we left out that we should have for a tiny house while we're living in it, I know we've been getting a lot of questions asking, why are we building 2 houses? We made a video talking about all of that. So if you guys want to hear more of it, you can go check out that video. I'll put a link in the video description down below to that, or I'll put it right here. But the gist of it is we want to be able to get up to the off-grid property sooner than later. And if we buy a camper for our climate, living in a camper in the wintertime would not be fun. And this tiny house isn't just going to be a tiny house so when we're done living in it, it's going to have another purpose. We'd want this building on the property anyways. So if you guys want to know more on that, check out the other video we did. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. Like I said, if you guys have any suggestions of what we should add to the tiny house, leave it in the comments down below. But thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. share it, it really helps. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and we'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.